Hello, everybody. Let me just check if this is working. Hello, everybody. Awesome. All right. So I tried to come live the other day when I found out some very overwhelming news, but I was facing some challenges with my both of my devices. My laptop, somehow the sound, well, the microphone was not working, the internal microphone. I figured out what the problem was with that and I fixed it. But I couldn't figure out what it was then when I wanted to go live to talk about this. Um yeah. So I will just stick around until I see someone. Oh, I think people are here. I checked the microphone to see if it's working from my end, but you can let me know if you're hearing from your end. You can type in the chat. All right, since people are here, I'll just begin. My inference is that you're hearing. Patsy, hi, Guyanese, hello, what's up? Uh, I hope you're all well. And I'm really happy to see you. I'm really happy to see you. And I'm happy to be able to share this moment with you. And this season is a very interesting one because there's a lot that has been lost. Rasta Lifestyle Dairy. Hey, I'm not sure who this is, but it seemed like somebody who frequent here. You're a moderator. I learned sometime not very long ago, by the way. I just can't recall in terms of like I've been doing quite poorly on remembering details, including dates. So I don't remember. Thanks, Patsy. But I got the news some time ago while I was going through YouTube, listening to a live. I think it was Bam Bam that Amara Stuff Alive passed. Um, and I never took it too well in terms of easily accepting that. Wow, somebody from the YouTube community has, but it didn't feel like a stranger. It felt like someone who I shared a very important milestone with. We were on a similar journey, or at some point in time, shared similar interest. Just be and to just watch that person being removed from the experience of life with you was not. It wasn't the easiest thing to adjust to. I felt it to my core. This laptop is dying. Give me 1 second to fetch the charger, guys. I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I was saying I felt it to my absolute core. And I think one of the reasons it impacted me so much and brought me even into thinking was Rasta was so vibrant, so full of life, uh, always so bubbly, and in your face and in your energy. And the camaraderie we shared wasn't just YouTuber to YouTuber. It felt like a genuine bond, somebody who you met on a screen online, but the moments you've been able to share kind of elevate that experience, and it would cause you to feel as though there's so much more than just strangers interacting with each other on the internet. And I think it's one of the first experiences for me of losing someone who I met in such a fashion. And as I said, it has been quite impactful. And it was very difficult for me to even think about addressing, but I just felt like it was important that she's not just forgotten, like, well, eventually she will, I mean, life will evolve. and this will not be the center of our focus. But I felt as though it was important for me to say something, you know, to say something. Let me just look at some of the comments and then I'll resume what I was saying prior. It's super sad. I felt it too. Definitely. Definitely, Rasta. There is. Guyane is absolutely sad. Rose said, "Hi, Creator. It has been a while since getting notifications from you." Indeed. Thanks, Patsy. And that, Rose, is a consequence of me really just not going live anymore. I, as you probably know, I'm now a teacher and a very involved one too. And teaching demands quite the bit. And I've been channeling most, if not all, of my energy there, particularly because I know it's not something I'll do forever. So the time I have now, I just devote it to what I'm doing, to the task at hand. But back to the conversation about Rasta. So that initial news really brought me into reflection. It brought me into reflecting on the fact that life is fragile. Right? Life is fragile and it's not here to stay. None of us are here to stay. And how we live will impact, I think, what happens after we pass. In that, how we live may help to shape the lives of those who will occupy Earth, who comes after us, uh, and where we eventually end up, in the afterlife. Um, but it brings me to some deep reflection, and quite interestingly, since I heard the news of Rasta, I've heard some other very troubling news. And it has caused me to think that, this is a season of. I like to look at death as rebirth. And I'm not sure if that perspective kind of cushion the tragedy that comes with death. But I always look at it as opportunity, an opportunity for things to be reborn. It's not just like a dead end. It's also the beginning of something new. So since I learned of Rasta, I learned of quite a few other instances, probably some not death physically, but the passing of other things that people possess that were really dear to them. And right now I'm in that place of valuing life a little bit more, valuing my relationships with people a little bit more, and being way more intentional about how I look out for those who I love and how I show up for those who I love and how I create avenues to accept love from those who I know that love me and those who I share some form of bond or relationship with. But may I tell you, none of us are here to stay, and as best as we can, the Bible tells us to live peaceable with all men. Give me a second. Right, so I'm back, guys. Thanks, Rose. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so all I want to say is they might never see this video, but and also I think I wanted to create a platform for some of you too to say whatever best wishes you have for Rasta and her family. But in her passing, I extend my most sincere condolence to her family, um, and to all of you, particularly people who were tuned into her life, like the moderators and so forth. Um, it's a passing of one of us, and no may look at it in a sense where it could be any of us. And it just has showed me, say, we over here interact every day. Nobody ever thought of anyone dying and how it could impact the community. But I think that has presented itself i- in one of the most unassuming places. The last time I saw Rasta, it wasn't from a place of ailment. And I think that type of adjustment to reality is difficult. when you know somebody to be bubbly, up and about, and then you don't see them for a while, and the next thing you hear is they're no longer a part of us. Yet that has something to adjust to. It's no gradual, say, all right, this did wrong, and then this is a possibility. It just moved from 0 to 100, and that type of adjustment is not the easiest thing. But if anybody have anything to say, I can use this platform. You can send a message, and I can read it out loud, so it is documented in the live. But I'm just using this opportunity to say to you, as you interact with life, that sometimes we get so caught up in the parts of life that present themselves as integral, like our work and our obligation and our tasks and responsibilities. But let's make some time to appreciate the small things in life. Make some time to pay attention to small details whenever no say gonna matter to you at all. Like for example, uh, just just the feeling of rain on your face, breeze on your face, sun on your face, your feet on gravel, uh, the texture of the wall, something, you know? Um, because when we move with the speed of life, man, you just know say you're here and in the next moment you're not. So spend some time doing the things that you always wanted to do, um, but feel like you never have a chance to do. We really only live once. We really only live once. And then who knows what's to be of our soul. Um, yeah. Um, so that's basically all I wanted to say. And I really miss Rasta. And there's this weird thing where you say anytime I miss somebody, even before I learned of her passing, because I have her WhatsApp, I was thinking, I don't know, I probably should reach out and ask her what's up. But then, guess because I know that life happens, and my mind was never in the direction of thinking that something could have been wrong with her, because I know I've been missing. I know nothing is wrong with me why I'm missing. So I'm not thinking about that, you know? But I really wish I had reached out. But I won't even kill myself over it per se, because I understand how these things are. But it's really sad, and boy, it's a new feeling for all of us to have on this side. Um, so there is a message from Rose, and Rose said, I never knew her, but the other day I heard Auntie Dana spoke of her passing, and it took a toll on almost everyone who was on the live. Rose, may I tell you, Rasta was just this vibrant person who, boy, her sense of humor was next level. You know, she was somebody who could dance to the beat of her own drum. She wasn't one of those who, and she fed from her own energy, and she had her unique style and delivery and humor. And then there's just some moments we shared. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Thinking about it is a lot. Thinking about it is a lot. So you said it took a toll on almost everyone on the live. So I just want to say condolences to her loved ones. And her loved ones includes us on this side. Thank you so much, Rose. And it's a pity you never get to know her, but that's fine. Rasta Lifestyle Diary said her smile, her interaction with us, the friendly banter. The banter is for true. Rasta, that just like for those who don't know, man. All when me show up, Rasta knows see a problem. Rasta knows see a problem when me show up. And she didn't make it easier for me either. And we'd have it out. Her smile, her interaction with us, the friendly banter, the laughter is what I choose to remember about her. Thank you for that. My condolences and sympathy to her family and friends and us. her YouTube family. I wouldn't even make the distinction between family and YouTube family because I think Rasta availed herself to us as somebody who we could love and appreciate, and somebody who could also pass on love and appreciation to us. And because of that, I wouldn't even establish such a distinction, you know. Mm. But definitely to the people who relied on her as some form of support, physically, financially, emotionally, socially, and that would really concern those particularly who share that physical interaction with her. I really feel for them. For her work colleagues who sometimes she went live at work and you'd see um, just her interactions with them. I know they must be feeling it too. So we're feeling it on YouTube. Her family must be feeling it. Her work colleagues must be feeling it. And people like those who are easy. You see, this world is very dark, you know. And when you find people who are of good intentions, it's a great loss when they're no longer around. And it's a great gain when you're able to build a bond or some form of, I don't know, relationship with them. So I know like people like Ingrid, Debbie, Observy, who else used to frequent over Rasta. They should be torn by this, you know? But boy, I guess at the end of the day it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. And as Mr. Guys, for we just don't know what's next. I don't know what's next for me. None of you here have an idea of what's next for you. So we just have to live it with great intentions, you know, and treat others well. Um, yeah, definitely. Rasta Lifestyle Diary. Rasta Lifestyle Diary. What was your name before it became Rasta Lifestyle Diary? Because I remember seeing this name, but recently, and I figure you might have had a different name before you changed it to this. What was your name before it was Rasta Lifestyle Diary? You're not disclosing it here. It's fine. All right, that's fine. Um, hmm. But anyways, guys, um, I just needed to take some time out to say something, um, and also to allow the few of you who had anything to say the opportunity as well to say something. I mean, of course, you know who the very fact that you're the a moderator uh give me some form of indication that I might know who it is. I'm not familiar either with the name or your display photo for YouTube, no? But it's fine. It's fine. We're going incognito. Yeah. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you. For those of you who haven't seen me since, let me see if I can share my camera for a second. Hi. This is what I look like now. The only difference, if any, I have gained a little weight. Some people won't say it's a little, but I've gained a little more weight, guys. But I'm really happy to see you, and I'm really happy for the opportunity as well to have this chat with you because I know it has been a while. Anyways, if there's nothing else that you want to say, I think this brings us to the end of Jabone. Hi, creator. I was looking for Rasta Unique, aka Observant TV, and you constantly to see if you guys posted, etc. Mm, boy, you know, Jabone. Thank you for that comment. It really bring me back. Like I'm just remembering the ball we had some time ago when all of us were doing YouTube, and just the boy, that is something that is missed, you know. That is something that is missed because I know uni don't do lives anymore. I don't do lives anymore. Rasta gone live, we know. Um, that's a loss for the community too. That was a period of time. That was an experience. You see why we have to love and enjoy things while they last? Because only salvation really is here to stay. But Jabane, that was a period, man, where we all coexisted in absolute peace and harmony and complete adoration for each other. That, oh, well, I'm happy I enjoyed it while it was a thing. Yes, to the weight Rasta lifestyle. I know Rasta said she was recovering from a nasty cold, so I knew she wasn't so well, but no way to contact her. Wow. I, yes, to the thing, I, I didn't know. I didn't know that she had a cold or anything of the sort. The last time I saw her, like, I don't even remember which live it was. But what I remember is whichever live it was, she wasn't demonstrating any form of ailment or talking about any. I can't remember that. So it was quite the thing to just learn, you know, that she was out. I think one of the last lives I watched with her was when she no, I think I watched others after that. Watch others after that. Yeah, it's missing you, Spongy and Rasta. One of the if you don't know, sir. Lifestyle. Me telling you, say life happen. Life happen, man. Life happen. And me, like the main reason why I don't come live anymore, I don't have the time to come live anymore. I so what I when I started teaching, I started making content that was based on I started doing like daily vlogs, but they were very short and they were TikTok speed in that they were short. So I created a TikTok page and an Instagram page, and I posted them on TikTok and Instagram. I had a following on both pages. The videos were well supported. They were getting a lot of views, but I just couldn't keep up. The content creating. It takes quite a lot, you know, man. It takes a lot, and I could not balance it out with the type of work I was doing, and then the additional task I had to. You see, you know, the teaching thing here. There's a lot more I do outside of just going to school, teaching, and coming back home. So there are quite a few clubs that I am responsible for, and there are additional things that I do, like I do volunteer teaching on a Saturday, and I'm also now going to some classes on a Saturday, and I have rehearsals sometimes on the weekend, and I have rehearsals late evening throughout the week for school. So it it most of them say you people find time for things that they want, but sometimes there's a time I have left out of the day, me just want to use it sleep. Me just want to use it sleep. Uh, Let me try and keep up with some of the comments. Uh, Throughout my pregnancy, y'all kept me laughing. Yes, I remember that very well. And I think we're even around until you had the baby. I think. So Rose said, yes, I even heard Auntie Dana said she too checked on Observant TV and she was okay, but it slipped her to check on Rasta for life. Yeah, man. Yep. Yeah, man, that was a time. And a long time, I check on Observing myself, you know. Talking about it now, I'll probably send her a message. Let me see if I find her number. Hmm. Was it? Oh no, this wasn't the one I never work again. Yep, Observant Mercy. She was something else. All right. um, Rasta says she did a live in November or December. Creator, watch it. It's 5 minutes or short. I never got a good feeling from it personally. but there was no way to reach out. Okay, I will. I will. Um, boy. And then the next thing is probably if it was a time where I was as invested as I was in the past and did out here 24/7, I would have really missed her more than I do. In hindsight, now that I'm not quite um on YouTube anymore, I just pass through occasionally. So me just pass through, and if me see somebody live, like probably latest or Bam Bam or who else, if me see Chin post a video, um, I'll watch it. And then me not have no time to comment because most time when I'm watching, me I do something else, you know. So probably if I was as invested and locked in, I would have probably realized, say, me not see Rasta for reach out. But that wasn't the case, guys. Yes, my son is 2 years next month. Wow. Wow. The time we had was a blessing, man. And I guess now looking back at it, we can consider it a gift. Uh, Now looking back at it, we can consider it a gift. But anyways, guys, I'm just going to go. All the best to you. Remember to live intentionally and make the best, forge the best relationships you can with the people you interact with on a daily. Even those who present themselves as being difficult to love, right? And it doesn't mean that you're going to find any form of peace with everybody. Those who you need to separate yourself from, do it. You'll be fine. Um, but otherwise, live intentionally and all the best. I'm going to leave you now. Bye bye.